In this video, we're going to explore two very important AWS services, Amazon CloudWatch and AWS CloudTrail. We're going to talk about what each of them does, how they're different, and when you should use which one. Okay, let's zoom into CloudWatch first. You can think of CloudWatch as your monitoring and visibility tool in AWS. It helps you watch what's happening with your resources and applications in near real time. At its core, CloudWatch collects and tracks metrics from your AWS resources and applications. If you remember from our previous videos, a metric is just a number that changes over time. For example, CPU usage of an EC2 instance, for example, number of requests to an API, number of errors in your applications, and so on and so forth. CloudWatch stores these metrics and lets you visualize them so you can see how things behave over the time. It also lets you create dashboards that they are single pages where you bring multiple graphs and widgets together. For example, on one dashboard, you might show CPU utilization of your EC2 instances, number of API requests to your backend, and error rates of a Lambda function. This gives you an at-a-glance view of your application's health in one central page. CloudWatch has a few important subservices or components like CloudWatch Agent, CloudWatch Alarm, and CloudWatch Logs that we also need to cover. CloudWatch Alarms help you automatically react to changes in your metrics. While using it, it can tell CloudWatch if this metric goes above or below this value for this amount of time, do something. And that something could be, for example, sending you an email or SMS, publishing a message to an SNS topic, or triggering an automated scaling action. One end-to-end scenario would be if EC2 CPU usage stays above 80% for 5 minutes, for example, you scale out and add more instances. Or if error rates spike, you send an alert to your on-call team. The other subservice is called CloudWatch Logs. CloudWatch Logs collect proper logs from your service or application events. Through CloudWatch Logs, many AWS services and your own applications can send log data into CloudWatch. Once your logs are there, you can search and filter them, create metric filters, for example, count how many times error string appears in the log. And finally, CloudWatch Agent. Some metrics are not collected by default, such as memory usage of EC2 instances. CloudWatch Agent is a component that you can install on your EC2 instances or on-prem services or other environments to help you collect those logs and events in the CloudWatch central system log that's not collected by default. The agent can push extra system metrics and application event logs, and with this additional information, you get a fuller view of what's going on inside your system. Now, moving on with CloudTrail. Although the name may sound similar and may look related to logs, but the purpose is completely different. Think of CloudTrail as your logging and accountability tool in AWS. It records who did what and when inside your AWS account. It is all about recording API activity in your AWS account, and it's totally different than your application or service functionality log events. Anytime someone or something makes an API call to AWS, CloudTrail logs it. This includes human users, for example, an admin changing a security group, or applications using AWS SDK or CLI, or other AWS services acting on your behalf. Each CloudTrail log entry usually contains who made the request, what they did, when they did it, from where, meaning which IP, which region, and whether the request was successful or failed. This is the key for security, auditing, and troubleshooting. If something unexpected happens in your account, like a resource being deleted or permission changed, CloudTrail lets you look back and see the exact history of those actions. You can think of it as your audit log or black box recorder for AWS. Whenever you need to answer questions like who changed this security group, when was this IAM policy updated, or which user or role made this API call, CloudTrail is the service you use. Now, let's recap and have a summary of these two services. With CloudWatch, you get visibility into performance and health, plus the ability to automatically react to metric changes and keep your system stable. With CloudTrail, you get accountability and auditability for security and compliance, and you can investigate who did what and when. To even keep it more simpler, when the topic is monitoring performance, metrics, dashboard, logs, or alarms, think CloudWatch, and when the topic is logging AWS API activity, auditing, security checks, or tracking changes over time, think CloudTrail. These two services work really well together. CloudWatch shows you how your environment is behaving, and CloudTrail shows you who is doing what inside that environment. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.